What's going on, guys? Exhaust. I'm having wheel bearing issues and ABS issues. They're both connected, correlated. So I went out and bought a knuckle. I already pressed this one in, but this is how they come. They come bare. So I bought the knuckle, bought the bearing, bought the hub, the snap ring, and the ABS sensors are still on their way. But I did it this way to cut down on time, and I'll have to price everything out. But the knuckles probably $77. The hubs don't cost much at all. They're probably around $20 to $30. So maybe I spent, $100 more than you would. So I thought this was a good way to go. I'll have to talk more about the ABS issues and stuff, because the Outlander does have ABS issues tied in with the hubs, front and the rear. So I'll have to get into another video about that and get to the specifics. So this is going to save time. So instead of taking off my old knuckle and having the vehicle sit while I press in the bearing and press in the hub, I can now just basically bolt off the old knuckle and bolt on the new knuckle, and I'll be done in a short amount of time. And yes, I'm spending about $100 more, but I would rather do that. I would rather spend $100 more than try to fight with a rusted knuckle, because who knows if the snap ring wants to come out, who knows if the bearing wants to come out, depending on the damage of the bearing. So this is just a more efficient way to do things. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and press this bearing in. One thing you got to pay attention to, this dark side right there, that's the ABS. That's the magnetic field for the ABS. So it's supposed to be facing downward. So it'll be installed just like this, with the ABS part facing downward. That's how I got the setup going. Now I'm getting the outside of the bearing with this. This is actually a seal installer that I have, but it's pretty close to the diameter of the bearing. So that's where you want to press in, is on the outside race and not the inside. Now that's done, I'm going to put the snap ring in, then I'll put the hub in afterwards. The hub also has to be pressed in. Alright, I got the snap ring in, and the way I got it in was just with a flathead. I started with this side, I snuck that side in, then I put my palm right there, then I work this side in with the flathead. And then I work this side in with the flathead, and that's all I have to do is these two spots. So about here and about there. And keep your hand on there to help push the snap ring in while you're prying it, and it'll go right in. It may take a couple tries to get used to it, but after the first success, the next one will be easy. So I'm going to go ahead and press in the hub. So I got anti-seize on there. I have a seal driver on top just to lessen the clearance. And I'm going to go ahead and press it in. Now you got to make sure it goes in straight and not crooked, because you don't want to mess up your bearing, so you got to pay close attention. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust this a couple times to make sure it's going in straight. So I adjusted it a couple times as I was pressing it in a little bit, and I got it straight. Now, just like the bearing, you're just going to, press it in until it stops. You'll feel the tension increase, and that's where you're going to stop. For example, you'll see. That's as far as I'm going. And that's all. The last thing I'm going to do is when the ABS sensor comes in, I'm going to install it. Then from there on, it's just a bolt off, bolt in type job.